Hey, it's Todd Alt. These are Wall Street words. Today's word is floating stock. What they really mean is the float. Now, if you're an insider of a company like I've been before, and let's say I own 10% of the company and there were 1 million shares outstanding, well, if I owned 1 million shares as the CEO, that's not in the float. What's in the float is the other 9 million shares owned by investors. That's the amount available for trading on the public markets. So the float, or floating stock, is the consideration that can be traded in the float. Something important to note about the float is to understand that for the last 30 years I've worked on Wall Street, this has really been an issue for me, and that is, I always want to know what the float is, because it really doesn't matter how big the float of Apple is, you can't really have any control of that. But when you have a small company with a small float, you need to know who's in that float, who's trading, how big it can be, how the news is going to affect the company. The float is an important determination when you're looking at small companies and deciding whether you're going to invest, especially if you're trying to avoid volatility. Really, the float is not any insiders, but the amount available to trade on the market where insiders are excluded. Floating stock. Hey, thanks for watching Wall Street Words. New words and terms delivered every single day. Please subscribe, push the bell. If you found this information helpful, or you think someone could benefit from this information, please share this video. Thanks for watching our channel. Always good things happening here.